Kai-shek was a prominent Chinese political and military leader who played a significant role in China's history during the first half of the 20th century. Here's an overview of his rise to power and his role in World War II. Early life and rise to power. Birth. Chiang Kai-shek was born on October 31, 1887, in Sikou, Zhejiang Province, China. Education. He studied at the Baoding Military Academy and later at a military school in Japan, where he became involved with revolutionary groups. Joining the Kuomintang, KMT, in 1918, Chiang joined the Kuomintang, KMT, the Chinese Nationalist Party founded by Sun Yat-sen. Northern Expedition. After Sun Yat-sen's death in 1925, Chiang took over leadership of the KMT. He led the Northern Expedition, 1926–1928, to unify China under the KMT by defeating various warlords. Establishing the Nanjing government. By 1928, Chiang had established a government in Nanjing and was recognized as the leader of China. Role in World War II. Japanese invasion. In 1931, Japan invaded Manchuria, and in 1937, full-scale war broke out between China and Japan, marking the beginning of the Second Sino-Japanese War. Chian incident. In 1936, Chiang was briefly detained by his own generals, Zhang Zuliang and Yang Hucheng, who forced him to form a united front with the Chinese Communists to resist Japanese aggression. Allied powers. During World War II, Chiang Kai-shek's China was one of the major Allied powers. He received support from the United States and the Soviet Union. Leadership and strategy. Chiang struggled with internal challenges, including conflicts with the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, led by Mao Zedong, and the limited resources available to his forces. Despite these challenges, he managed to keep China in the war against Japan. International conferences. Chiang represented China at several important Allied conferences, including the Cairo Conference in 1943 with U.S. President Roosevelt. Roosevelt and British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, where post-war plans for Asia were discussed. Post-war period and legacy. Civil War and retreat to Taiwan. Civil War. After Japan's surrender in 1945, the Chinese Civil War resumed between the KMT and the CCP. By 1949, the CCP had gained control of mainland China, and Chiang and the KMT retreated to Taiwan. Taiwan. Chiang established a government in Taiwan, which he led until his death in 1975. Under his leadership, Taiwan experienced significant economic growth and modernization, although his regime was authoritarian. Controversial figure. Chiang Kai-shek remains a controversial figure. He is credited with modernizing parts of China and resisting Japanese aggression, but criticized for his authoritarian rule and failure to effectively address corruption and social issues. In summary, Chiang Kai-shek's rise to power involved unifying China under the KMT, leading the country through the challenges of Japanese invasion and World War II, and eventually retreating to Taiwan, where he continued to lead until his death. His impact on Chinese history is significant, albeit complex and debated. We live in the present, we dream of the future, and we learn eternal truths from the past. Chiang Kai-shek.